Hi friends, it's Miss J again. I wanted to get us started on our writing assignment for this week right away because I only have a little bit of time, but I have a lot to explain to you. So our goal this week for writing is to write a report. You might be wondering, what is a report? Well, a report is a book, like a little mini book that gives lots of real information. All the stories that we read the last couple of weeks were all informational stories. Informational stories mean that the story is true. And so you are going to write a little book with like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 pages of interesting information that is real, and you're going to make it into a report, which can be like a sheet of paper, kind of like what we're going to do right here. Or in a minute, I'm going to show you how you could even make it into a book. You could become an author. Now, if you were in school with Miss J, I would be having you make a book. And it's a little bit of work, so we've got a few things to talk about, but we're going to practice on writing a report first. And then if you want to change it into a book, I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. So our goal this week for writing is to write a report of true information for other people to read, something that you know a lot about, okay? So make sure you pick an animal that you know a lot about. For example, I don't know much about chickens other than they lay eggs. So that's not very much information, though. That doesn't sound very interesting. So you need to think about, what animal do I know a lot about? But I do know a lot about cats. I could tell you all kinds of things about cats. So me writing a report or a book about cats would be a really good choice, okay? So be thinking about that. Something you know a lot about, some kind of animal that you know a lot about. All right, well, let's try to write a report here. So I have one right here that is all about dolphins, okay? So we're gonna read this report, and then a good report gives facts about something. For in this situation, it's gonna be a dolphin. And we're gonna talk about the picture, we're gonna read the labels, and I wanted to have you take a look and be thinking about something else that we could write here. I know you're not here with me to help me, but maybe we're thinking the same things, okay? So a good author, when they write a report, will have a title. You have to give your book or your report a title, and this one is called Dolphins. Another thing that a writer will do in a report or a book is draw a picture of the animal that they're talking about, okay? So we have a title of dolphins, so I have a picture of a dolphin, okay? The next thing they need to do is label. They have to label their pictures. That's what makes it informational. So you can see here the author on this page did ear. The dolphin's ear is right here by his eye. This is called a flipper. His tail. This fin is called the dorsal fin, right up here. And this is called the blowhole. And this is his beak, okay? So the person who started this report wrote a couple of sentences for us already. So our job is to finish the report. And remember what Miss J told you last week. You want to be able to try and write 2 or 3 sentences to be ready for first grade. So you got to work really hard, okay? All right, so let's read what started on this report already. It says dolphins are part of the whale family. That's true. That's a fact. They swim by moving their tails up and down. Okay? That is also a fact. Remember, you can only write true things. You can't write how you feel about it or your opinion or I love dolphins, because when you say I love dolphins, that is your opinion. Somebody else may not like dolphins. So you can't use your opinion. You can only use real facts, okay? So let's take something off of this dolphin and add to this report. So I have 1 sentence here, 2 sentences here, so I'm going to start right here. So I might write something about the blowhole. I bet that is how the dolphin gets air to live and breathe, right? Is through his blowhole. So I could write the dolphin or I could say they. I'll start at, or maybe we'll start with dolphins. There we go. Dolphins. And I'm just copying the word right here. Dolphins. Notice that I'm writing on the lines. Trying to anyways. When I make mistakes, I have to fix them. Dolphins breathe. Breathe. Remember, if you don't know all the sounds, it's okay. You just write down the ones that you know, okay? Breathe. Breathe through. Ooh. I think it's O-O. Listen, if you're not sure, you just do the best you can, right? If you know how to spell it, go ahead and put down all those sounds. Dolphins breathe through a... Now I'm going to write the word blowhole. But look, I ran out of room on this line, so I'm going to go down here and start again. Blowhole. Do I start with a capital letter? No, because I'm still writing the same sentence. This is not a new sentence. B-L-O-W, and I'm going back up here. I'm just copying. That's okay to do it. If you see it on the page somewhere, you can just copy that word right down. Dolphins breathe through a blowhole. And then that's the end of my sentence. So now I'm going to put a period. See it right there? Now I'm going to try to write one more sentence all on my own. Maybe I could say something about where the dolphin's ear is. The ear is by their eye. Maybe we could say that. Maybe I could say there. Oops, Miss J spelled that wrong. Let's see. There. That doesn't look right either. So when you don't know, we'll just try. Let's try the. We'll just write the. The ear. I'm copying the word ear. The ear is by the... Ooh, I almost ran out of room. If you run out of room, don't go up along the side. Just erase it and move it down here. But I had just enough room. The ear is by the eye. Oops, my marker. Now I'm copying. Nope, they don't have the word eye up there. So eye is spelled like this. Okay, the ear is by the eye. All right, so friends, this is called a report because it's all on one page. I only wrote things that are true, and I got my information from this picture. So if you write a report, you have a choice. You can write a report or you can try to write a book, but you're still going to do the same work. You're going to have a title, you're going to have sentences that are true, and you're going to have a drawing with some labels, okay? Now, hold on, the camera is getting a little jiggy here, wiggly, because I'm going to show you how to do it in a report. Oops, let me back up a little bit. Okay, now, let's see here. Can we see it okay? All right, so I have here, this is your journal book. Let me just fix this really quick. I have your journal here. Looks like this. You can get out your writing journal and turn to a new page, and you can write a report like this. And let me just show you. If we were doing dolphins, you would put the title at the top, dolphins. Okay, put your title at the top. Then you would draw your dolphin right here. Now, Miss J is going to get out a black marker here. I'm not very good at drawing dolphins, but you get the idea here. And there's his dorsal fin and his tail. And I think it goes like this. And then he has a flipper that's right here. And then it goes right back up to his beak like that. And he has a blowhole right there. Something like that. And then you would label your picture. This is beak. I'm not going to do all of them right now, but you kind of get the idea, right? And then you would write your report right here. And remember, I want you to try to write at least 3 facts, okay? 3 things that are true. Now, this is if you were going to write a report, okay? And then I would write my sentences right here. And remember, you have to make sure they're true. So check with a parent, or maybe you can look up something on the computer, or maybe you have a book at home. Speaking of a book, I want to show you something else you could do. Now, this is a report. Let me erase this really quick. I have over here an actual book about bears. It says all about real bears, okay? So in this book, you can see that this little bear cub right here, now he is not real, but he's looking up real information from a book, and then he's still looking at a book. It says bears are big, strong mammals. They have thick fur. Those are all true statements, okay? Bears usually live alone, okay? Those are all real things. Some bears eat meat and fish. Some bears eat nuts, leaves, and roots. Bears love to eat insects and grubs. In winter, bears sleep a lot. They sleep in dens. I'm glad I'm not a real bear, because can bears sit in beds and read books? No, that's not true. So, here's his report that he found, and he wrote it out on a sheet of paper, and he had a title, but the only thing that was missing was his drawing of a real bear. So that's a good report, but maybe he could turn his paper over and write draw a real picture on the back, okay? So that is a book about real bears. And so there are some options here. You could write a report in your journal, like I showed you about the dolphins, or if you wanted to write a book, you could take a couple of sheets of paper and put them together, and then put them this way, fold them in half, and make a crease down the middle, and then you could staple the edge, and you would have a book. You could put your title right here, and then start writing your report on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under the camera, okay? And hopefully you can hear me. I'm trying to talk louder. I'm going to staple it. Maybe mom and dad have a stapler. And we could write a book about bears. So I could put my title right here, bears, okay? And then down here, whoops, it's out of focus, hold on. Bears, and then you, of course, are the author, so you have to put by, and you would put your name. So I would put my name here, Miss J, okay? Now, on the inside, you're going to use a pencil, and you're going to start writing down some facts, like a real author would, right? So let's get our book back out. This is what you could do if you wanted to write a book, okay? Now this book about bears had some real information. So I would just pick one sentence for each page. Let that focus. Okay, let's see, there it goes. All right, it says, bears are big, strong mammals. They have thick fur. So I would just want to pick one of those things to write on here, okay? I could write, bears are big and strong. Now I'm just getting the words right from the story, and strong, okay? And then on this page, I would draw a picture of a really big bear, okay? So on this page, draw a picture of a bear, and you can label it, or you can just draw a big bear, okay? Now I'm gonna go to the next page. That was page 1. I'm gonna turn the page. I can try to write page 2. Let's see. I could do bears live alone, but I kind of liked something that I saw over here. Bears eat meat and fish, right here. I like that. Oops, it's not focusing again. Hold on. There it goes. I like this part right here. Bears eat meat and fish. So that's what I'm going to do for my next sentence. Bears, and I'm just copying it from the book, eat meat and fish. Okay? If I wanted, I could add another sentence here because it also tells me they eat nuts, leaves, and roots. So I could do another sentence here if I really want to challenge myself. They eat nuts, leaves, and roots. And then of course on this page, underneath here, let me move the book out of the way. I would draw a picture of a bear eating some fish, okay? You have to illustrate every page, all right? So then I would go to page 3, and then I like this sentence right here. They sleep in dens, okay? They sleep in dens. And then I could draw a picture of a bear in a den right here sleeping, because it would be really dark in here, right? Really dark inside his cave. And I can draw a bear sound asleep. There's his nose. And it would make him sound asleep with his eyes closed. Maybe some Z's so that I could show that he's sleeping. Bears are big and furry, right? There he is, sound asleep. And I could draw the bear's big body over here sleeping. Here's his claws. He's sleeping. Okay? Now you're going to want to take your time and draw very nice pictures and make sure you color them, okay? Can you, oops, you can't really see that, so I'm going to slide that over. So I just drew, they sleep in dens, and then I drew a den with a bear sound asleep, okay? So you can draw your picture to match your sentence. And then my last page, you should try to write about 4 pages if you make a book. Let me see here. Page 4, and let's see. I could do one more. I could say bears live in the woods. So I could then draw a bunch of trees, lots of trees where a bear might live, and I could draw a bear living in the woods, right? Draw his sharp claws, walking around on his claws. I could draw a bear living in the woods, right? So I'd have to draw lots and lots of trees. Now Miss J is just drawing really, really fast. But I would want you to take your time and do your best artwork when you make a book, okay? Then when you're done, you're going to take your time and color your pictures, make them look really nice, okay? So let me just go over this again. Your goal this week is to write a report, something that has real facts. And I want you to write 3, maybe challenge yourself. Try to go for 4 facts about an animal of your choice, something you know a lot about or something you want to learn about. And you look it up on the computer. Maybe you have a book at home, but just make sure that it's all true information. And you're going to write, you can make a book form, or you can write a report like this one over here that we did with the dolphins, okay? Let me just set that down to remind you, okay? So, I know that was a really long assignment and I went really fast, so you might have to watch it 2 times to make sure you understand. But that's a really big challenge this week. I want you to try to write something that's informational and it's a report or a book, okay? I know you can do it. Take your time and do a little bit every day. You don't have to do it all at one time. You could do a page a day maybe, and then it'll all come up at the end. And if you remember, maybe send your teachers a picture of your book, or maybe a picture of you reading, or a video of you reading your own book. Whoa, that would be so cool. All right, friends, I know you can do it. It's hard work, but it'll be really fun. Good luck.